Hi, this is Suzanne from SL Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to assemble my chocolate teapot box. So as you can see, it's got lots of different chocolatey things on the top there. And you'll find the template for this on my Etsy shop. So let's get started. Okay, so once you've cut everything out, you need to fold all of those score lines. So this is the main piece that I've got here. Then you need to apply some glue just onto one of those big tabs and onto that little tiny triangle one as well, and join it up to the next side, just making sure that it's all lined up. Then do the same for the next 4 sides. So you should be left with one side open. Next you need to take the 2 handle pieces and you need to glue these back to back. Then fold those 2 tabs down, and then these can then be glued into that last side. Then glue that last tab into place. Again, just making sure that everything lines up. Next you want to take the spout piece, fold it in half, and then fold that long tab over. Then this tab is going to be glued to the inside of the spout. Then just gently bend the curved edges out at the base there, so that it looks like this. This can then be glued to the teapot. So when you're positioning the spout on the teapot, just make sure that it looks good from the front, from the side, and from the top. Just taking a bit of time to, just taking a bit of time to make sure that it looks right. Okay, so for the lid, you need to fold all of those score lines again, and then just gently bend each of those tabs there. This just helps to give it a nice shape once it's all put together. And then starting from this left side, so you want to tuck each of the tabs in underneath each other, so that they all meet up in the middle, and then glue that tab to the inside. Just make sure it all lines up in the middle, just so that it's all nice and even. Then you can just add a little dot of glue just to keep that all together. So next you need to take this piece, and this is going to make the whipped cream part at the top. So again, just fold all of those score lines and then just gently curve the edges of each of those tabs. Then you want to start by placing 4 of them down like this, and then tucking that next one in, and that last one should just tuck in underneath there like that. Then just take some time just to press it into shape, so press it down, make sure that it's all nice and even. And then from underneath you can just apply a little bit of glue just to hold that into place. So whilst that's drying, I'm just going to move on to the wafer stick. So I'm just going to start by just curving it slightly, just using my bone folder on both ends, because this needs to be rolled up. Then I'm going to start at one of the long ends and just roll it. You need it to be quite thin. Just keep rolling it until you've got a nice smooth finish. Then put a line of glue down that side and hold it in place until it dries. Next you want to take this long thin piece, and again you just want to curve it into shape. Then apply some glue and attach it to one end of the stick. And you want to start winding it round the stick at an angle. Just trying to keep it nice and even. Then just glue that into place at the end. Then you might find that you need to trim off the ends a little bit just to neaten it up. Okay, so this looks like it's dry now, so that's going to be positioned on the top there like that. Now I did make another one, so this is more of a chocolate coloured one. And I think I'm going to stick with the white one. So just apply some glue just around the edges there. And then place it on the top. Try and get it in the centre. So put the lid on the teapot. And then this wafer stick is just going to be tucked in underneath one of those tabs there. So just glue it into place. And that should hold it there. So the last thing to do is just to make these little chocolate curls. So again, you need to start by bending the pieces into shape. Then I'm just going to take a thin pencil and I'm just going to wrap it around at an angle, and then just bending it around a little bit more so that it makes that shape. So I'll just do another one. You can make as many of these as you want. So again, just wrapping it around a pencil, just at an angle. I've also found that this helps, so the little cover on top of my tweezers, that's quite a nice size just to wrap it round, just to hold it in place, and it makes quite a nice tight curl, that one. So these can now be glued onto the lid. So you can position these anywhere you like on the lid. I don't think I'm going to use that last one. Okay, so that looks good. So here's another one that I made. And the swirl on top of this one, it's more of a caramel colour to match the lid. And there's plenty of room inside for some real chocolates. And there they are, chocolate teapot boxes.